July 15th, and this is your coffee break news brief on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, and today we're in Darien at the Sidewalk Sales and Family Fun Days. We're getting ready to do our HAN Network Main Street Merchants Tour, but first we have a rundown of some of the local headlines, including that Trumbull's Long Hill Fire Department helped assist Trumbull EMS with an injured driver who was removed from a vehicle that crashed on the northbound lane of the Merritt Parkway on Tuesday. According to the Long Hill Volunteer Fire Department, the car sustained heavy damage on top of a guardrail. The single accident happened near exit 47, and the driver was taken to a nearby hospital. Their condition is unknown. In other news today, law enforcement authorities have released a 911 recording that falsely reported a drowning at Burr Pond State Park in Torrington last week in the hopes of obtaining information to track down the person who made that call. The call, which came into the Litchfield County Dispatch Center on the afternoon of Wednesday, July 6th, triggered a response by several police, fire, and search and rescue departments. Personnel from those agencies searched the park and its waters extensively before concluding that no drowning had taken place at Burr Pond State Park. The caller says that someone walked into the pond and then refuses to give her phone number and also doesn't give out a last name. Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection Police are leading the investigation into that false report, and they're asking anyone with information to contact them at 860-424-3333. And in other news today, Lockheed Martin, the parent company of Sikorsky Aircraft, plans to lay off 350 employees and will evaluate the future of Stratford's largest employer. Chris Williams, a spokesman for Lockheed Martin, announced Wednesday that the Bethesda, Maryland company is laying off the employees as a reduction of its workforce. The affected employees were notified on Wednesday. Williams noted that none of those 350 employees work at Sikorsky or are located in Connecticut. While Williams could not provide site-specific information, he said the employees are at Lockheed Martin mission systems and training locations across the country. However, Lockheed is examining what should happen with Sikorsky, which was acquired last year from United Technologies. And here in Darien, public hearing for downtown zoning changes proposed by Baywater Properties closed on Tuesday night, and the Planning and Zoning Commission will soon begin deliberations on whether or not to allow underground parking and buildings of up to 6 stories in the downtown area. Baywater is planning a mixed-use apartment, business, and retail development that would extend from the Bank of America building at Post Road to the corner of Old Kings Highway South and Corbin Drive. The proposed campus would include a number of 3-story buildings with a maximum height of 55 feet, with heights for the office residential buildings going up to 6 stories and 85 feet. But you can get a lot more on that proposal at DarienTimes.com. And with the lack of significant rainfall recently, and as a result of the Connecticut Department of Public Health's call for water conservation, Aquarian Water Company is asking its customers to conserve water and reduce any non-essential outdoor water use. Connecticut currently is experiencing conditions ranging from abnormally dry to moderate drought due to an extended dry spell. With below average rainfall and extremely high water demand compared to the same period last year, Aquarian's reservoirs and wells are below their normal capacity. And according to the Darien Times, 5 Darien police officers have been promoted effective July 24th. On July 13th, the Police Commission voted unanimously to promote 5 officers to fill vacancies that were caused by retirements. Lieutenant Raymond Osborne, a 32-year veteran, was promoted to the rank of captain and will assume command of the Field Services Bureau, which includes the Patrol, Detective, Youth, and Marine divisions. Sergeant Robert Shredders, a 26-year veteran, was promoted to the rank of lieutenant. Sergeant Thomas T.J. White, a 12-year veteran, was promoted to the rank of lieutenant and will be assigned to the Patrol division. Detective Andrew Mastriani, a 10-year veteran, was promoted to the rank of sergeant, and Detective Severio Sambacuzzi, a 27-year veteran, was also promoted to the rank of sergeant. Much more on that story at DarienTimes.com. And finally, the bridge replacement project on Route 8 between exits 4 and 5 in Bridgeport is scheduled to begin stage 2 of the construction process. That starts at 7 o'clock tonight, July 15th. Similar to stage 1, which took place between July 11th and the 24th, this involves a number of local road closures there, as well as lane reconfiguration on Route 8 for the duration of that construction process, which is scheduled to remain in effect for 2 weeks. The video that you're seeing is progress on the project so far that was posted by Manafort Brothers International, the contractor demolishing and replacing the 4 bridges in Bridgeport. Just taking a quick look at the forecast before we wrap things up here. A high today of 91 degrees for the area, but it's going to feel hotter than that in the upper 90s with humidity at 49%. Tonight, a low of 69 degrees. And tomorrow, when the HAN network is in New Canaan, it will be hot and humid again with a high of 91. Before we wrap things up, if you missed last night's action on the HAN network, Stanford won on a walk-off single in the Babe Ruth 13U baseball semifinals. And tonight, Stanford will play Waterford in the championship game. That's at 7 o'clock. We have that live on the HAN network at Cubetta Stadium. Frank Granito on the call. You can watch all that action at HAN.network. But we're going to wrap things up here on your Coffee Break News Brief. We're going to be talking to a lot of merchants today, and you can watch all of that at HAN.network later on. But we will see you next time on Monday for Coffee Break at 11.